This is the value of wrestling, the revolutionary force in wrestling podcasting.
It's your boy Miguel Z with the Value of Wrestling New Japan Rebound Podcast. I've got a guest for you folks at Stockton Con.
What up, everybody? AJ Kirsch here, the voice and the host of Stockton Con. The value of wrestling is awesome, so subscribe on YouTube. Scan the QR code right here, now. Subscribe, check it out.
There we go.
You'll be glad you did.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah, that's what. Hey, man, shout out to Value of Wrestling. I'm right here with the Big O's, San Jose. We gonna shut this shit down. Love and respect, though, right? Value of Wrestling. Hello.
Man, thank you, brother. Thank
I'm the Big Time back here on the Value of Wrestling right here with a Big Time Rant. Just came out with the WWE 2K4 Showcase Mode video all about WWE 2K24 and their Showcase Mode, breaking it down. I played it all the way through. Going to be bringing you more content on the video game aspect soon as I play each part. WWE 2K24 is out for pre-order, coming out in 2 days for everybody else. So get excited, get welcome. Sorry if you got spoiled. I guess I should have put a spoiler up there. But good entertaining stuff, a lot of information. Wait until we get into my faction, Universal, and all the match modes, and my rise. Should be lots of fun moving forward. Anyway, since it's WWE 2K24, this is not WWE 2K24. This is the value. God, I get my brain in so many different ways. This is the Value of Wrestling. This is the Big Time Rants, where we break down news, information, everything going on in the world of professional wrestling, and there's some things we need to talk about, and we're going to get into it. We're going to talk about Mike Santana, Sammy Guevara. We're going to talk about Impact, the changes to the spoilers, the debuts, and we're going to talk about the newest season of Dark Side of the Ring, their newest episode, Season 5, Episode 1. I want to talk about it right here on the Big Time Rants because I thought it was a great show. I watched it last night. Lots to learn there, lots to talk about. Sammy Guevara suspended after his altercation with Jeff Hardy, was on concussion protocols. I can get there, and shouldn't have done the move, I guess, and wound up with his second suspension in the company. The best thing for Sammy Guevara is to get out of AEW and get to WWE. I think Sammy Guevara would be a great asset to WWE. I think there's a lot there, and being around Cody might get him in a better spot. Plus, WWE can contain all that reckless energy. I love that Sammy Guevara loves to do some of these things and some of these stunts, but at the same time, you've got to be keeping yourself safe. You got to get yourself protected. And could you imagine Sammy Guevara versus a Kevin Owens in WWE in their way? Could be really, really amazing and awesome to see. Let's see what happens. Sammy Guevara right now suspended by AEW. Santana, no longer part of the AEW roster. Santana and Ortiz were a tag team. The Pride and Powerful that came over from TNA came into AEW with a lot of opportunity and a lot of hope that they would rise to the occasion. They were part of the Jericho's Inner Circle. Went off air, came back, worked with each other, feuded with each other, and never really amounted to any more than a moment in a sprinkle of a time. Unfortunately, Mike Santana is no longer on the AEW roster and has left AEW. Will we see him in TNA Impact? That might be a great place for him to set on his singles course. Could he wind up in WWE? Could we see him on NXT? Could we see him in a different way? Could be very interesting in how that is coming up with the future for Mike Santana. From there, Matt Riddle making the news, expressing interest in showing up and working with AEW, even though he's with New Japan at the moment. He is very interested in being AEW. Could we see Matt Riddle at AEW? Could we see a different aspect of Matt Riddle, or Matt Riddle get thrown to the side like a lot of other people that have gone over there? AEW, ladies and gentlemen, Dynamite tonight. New set, new look, everything is coming new for AEW. New theme song, new entrances. Looks like they're bringing back the tunnels from previous, but we are getting a fresh reset on AEW Dynamite tonight. AEW Dynamite is going to be very different. And, of course, tonight is the speculation of the major debut. What Tony Okada said that Kazuchika Okada will make his official AEW debut as a member of the All Elite roster, as an AEW member of the roster there. Can't wait to see who that is. The match lineup looks like we're going to get Kyle Fletcher and Will Ospreay, Riho versus Chris Statlander. The Jacksons, Matthew and Nicholas Jackson, the EVPs, have a huge announcement about the future. Samoa Joe to address his future, probably confronting Wardlow, who won that Scrabble match. And, of course, the FTW Championships on the line when Hook goes against Brian Cage. This is what you're looking forward to tonight, along with the debut of possibly Kazuchika Okada. Could be huge. We may hear more about the tag team tournament that should be starting to be planned for AEW as the tag team titles are now vacated. AEW also putting into some plans, contingencies for Darby Allin's high-risk spot. Glass flew everywhere, was pretty dangerous at times. We're going to have to see how that plays out going forward. So lots of news, lots of stuff to look forward to. Me and Mr. Clark will be here later tonight to cover your AEW Dynamite. We will be here with the post-show review, break down everything that went on Dynamite, how it played out, and what we think is going to come next. So make sure you're here for that. Ring that bell for notifications so when we do go live, you'll be notified and alerted that we are live on air to talk about that. WWE has announced their second introduction to the WWE Hall of Fame for the class of 2024. Bull Nakano has been announced, and she will be inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame of 2024. Not a name that I was looking at to possibly make the Hall of Fame class for this year, but hey, can't be bad. Bull Nakano making the rounds. She'll be being inducted along with Paul Heyman into the 2024 class of the WWE Hall of Fame. So this should be very interesting. We'll have to see some of the other names that are coming up along with it. Last night, the newest episode of Dark Side, Season 5 now out, Season 1 up, or Season 5, Episode 1. We talked about the Ballad of the Earthquake, John Tenta. And I've liked most of the Dark Side of the Rings. I've watched them all the way through, but this is the first time I'm really going to talk about it. I think this was an excellent show. Really gave a history of John Tenta, how he got into wrestling, how he started out as a sumo wrestler, eventually journeyed into Japanese wrestling, and then asked to come over to the United States where he became a huge star, lining himself with Dino Bravo and Jimmy Hart, becoming Earthquake and taking on the likes of Jake the Snake Roberts and Hulk Hogan, rising to the tops, never really becoming a world champion, but definitely in the main event as a monster heel for Hulk Hogan. Eventually will wind up joining with Fred Ottman, who was known first as Tugboat. He aligned himself with Tugboat, who then became Typhoon, and we created the tag team of the Natural Disasters, one of the most dominant tag teams in WWF history. Eventually becoming strong babyfaces before parting ways with the World Wrestling Federation. John Tenta would wind up going to WCW as Fred Ottman would go on to deal with family struggles. A lot of that is in this documentary. The story here, it's a good watch. From there, John Tenta, of course, appeared as Avalanche. Of course, the similarities between Avalanche and Earthquake caused issues. He was then later changed into the Shark. And eventually, he broke free of that as the NWO surfaced, and John Tenta came out as John Tenta, saying he's not an Avalanche, he's not a Shark, he is a man. Had his hair cut on half his head in a storyline, eventually faded from the world of WCW, went back to Japan and wrestled for a little bit before winding back up in WWE as Goga, part of the Oddities, under a mask, kind of disappointing, carrying around a Cartman character. And eventually, unfortunately, John Tenta passed away from bladder cancer at a very young age. He had a very loving wife that he met. The story of him and his wife meeting, I guess John Tenta was big into karaoke. He has 3 beautiful children, are very proud of him, and we're there to share the story. We got to hear from Fred Ottman. We also got to hear from Haku. A lot of exciting things there. Can't wait to see what the next episode is going to bring, what this season of Dark Side of the Ring is going to bring. Dark Side of the Ring has been great in the storytelling. Some of the things you may like, some of the things you may not like, some of the things you're learning new. You can learn a lot here. A lot of interesting things. I think we have a really interesting season this year. Can't wait to see more. But Dark Side of the Ring, Season 5, Episode 1, The Ballad of John Tenta, Earthquake, is up on there. If you haven't gone and watched it, go check it out. I think it's worth the watch. I think it's worth the view. Go check it out. I love Dark Side of the Ring. Can't wait to see what we get from them from going forward. Ladies and gentlemen, that is that. Not a whole lot of other stuff going on that is major league news. Lots of names being remembered for the WWE Hall of Fame. Talking about being on the road to WrestleMania. What will The Rock bring? We can't wait to see what that's going to be. Tonight is AEW Dynamite. Major plans for a debut. Kazuchika Okada should be there. So it should be interesting what we get tonight. Dynamite, as I told you, the card is up. We have some good matches. Hopefully, what we see in the ring is going to be good. Hopefully, all this will play out. Hopefully, we get a good reset for AEW. Maybe they can get on the right path and make the change that's necessary. We'll be here this evening after that, me and Mr. Clark, with your AEW Dynamite post-show review. We'll break down everything that went on Dynamite. We're going to talk about it, so make sure you're here for that. But for now, I'm the Big Time. This has been Big Tyme Rants. It's episode, I believe, 60-something. Let me look over here. I keep forgetting what episode we're on. I know we're tricking away, climbing up the mountain. This is going to be episode 69, ladies and gentlemen. Episode 69. That is awesome. It is great. We thank you for joining. Make sure you ring that bell for notifications. Give this a thumbs up. Drop your comments below. Tell us what you thought, or tell me what you think of the show. Are you enjoying it? Do you like it? Do you want me to give more Dark Side of the Ring details? What other ideas do you have? Go ahead and drop those in the comment. Is there a show that you want me to bring? Oh, I really want to bring back Flashback Wrestling. I'm trying to figure out what's next. What WrestleMania should I review and cover? Let me know what you think in the comments below. And anyways, until the next one, I'm the Big Time, and this has been Big Tyme Rants. We'll see you next time.
This is the value of wrestling, the revolutionary force in wrestling podcasting.